Hey, chaps, guys and girls, everybody. Uh, Good morning. So I'm just gonna do a quick. I was gonna do this live, but I'll do it as a video instead because if I cock it up, I can edit it. I'm gonna just do this recorded anyway. I just want to I don't know, comment on a few things. I've just been watching a couple of Paul Thorpe's videos, and now I don't usually comment on other people's videos. It's not my it's not my place, not my thing. Couldn't care less. Well, that's a bit wrong because if I couldn't care less, I wouldn't be doing this. Paul, I'll tag you in this, mate. If you see it, you do. If you don't, you don't. It's fair play. But from one old geezer to another, and you already know this, I know, and I know how easily it is to get pulled into things. My advice to you, Paul, is um, do your best to just ignore what everybody's saying about you. Do your thing. Do what you're doing. Um, the more you respond, mate, the more the more response will come back. So you're just falling into the trap, buddy. Now, I don't know Paul Thorpe. I haven't yet met Paul. I hope to sometime in the future. Um, I've watched a lot of Paul Thorpe's stuff. People call him a grifter. I don't know. I don't know. People watch the stream, they get super chats and stuff. It's their choice. So whatever. Um, man's got to earn a living. I know Paul's quite well off, and my response to that is fair play, Paul. Well done, mate. So Paul's working class from working class roots. Now you can take the man out of the council house, but you can't take the council house out of the man. If you, if you was born working class, you can try and middle class yourself all you like, but you're never going to get there because it's in your heart. It's not something you can buy your way out of. Am I jealous of Paul Thorpe and his money? No. I ain't got a pot to piss in, guys. I haven't. It's fact. I ain't got a pot to piss in. Am I jealous of Paul? No. I think Paul's a good example of he had a bit of luck, he worked hard, and got where he got. Whatever, not interested. So I'm a little bit like Paul. I'm a little bit dismayed at some people on the right. Um, keep going at each other. I mean, I would only ask, just stop, guys, please. Just just stop. If you don't like what somebody on the so-called right is saying or doing or whatever, just let it go. Just roll with it. Whatever. Let people, let people go on what they're doing. I think Paul's trying his best in Spain. Do I blame him for going to Spain? No, not really. Not really, to be honest with you. I'm not fortunate enough to be in a position to do so, and Paul is, and fair play to him. Um, like you said, it's it's a funny thing to say, but to say it's not my fault that other people can't do it. But it's what else can you say? Now look, um, it's not so much about taking Paul's side because I, I'm not taking anybody's side. I'm not gonna put Paul down. I don't know. I know who one or two of the critics are. Some um, people I know, I guess. But whatever. I don't like to get involved in all that. But I just what say to Paul. Just walk by, Paul. You keep falling for it, mate. And this isn't like I say. It's one old fart to another, mate. I know it must hurt your feelings, but it's it's a little, if you can be asked to listen, it's a little bit of a message to the right. Stop the infighting, please. Just stop. Um, we've got our own fate to fight. Let's do it together. Anyway, I'm going to move on from there. Epping. There's lots of stuff being said about Epping on last Thursday and Sunday regarding the trouble what went on. I think the biggest fault you can lay at the Essex. Well, I'm not even sure if it's Essex Police because there's different forces there. I was there on the scene, as you know, with Chris, and what I will say, from my viewpoint, it looked a little bit unprepared, not very well not very good communication between some of the groups of the police officers. When the incident with the vans happened, I watched the. As you know, I was pretty fucking close. I was just off the curb, and I didn't get hit by the van, but it was bloody close. And well, I'm 99.9% sure the van didn't clip me, but I don't know. It just all happened so quickly. I panicked, and I was bloody scared. I can tell you now. And I think I may have tripped over my own feet trying to get out and move and shift and turn, but whatever. But the first van went, or I believe it was the van which hit the other gentleman who was in the road. Now I saw the driver. It was a young woman, and all I can say is that from what I saw, the look on her face was she was just shit scared. Now, rightly or wrongly, that's for conjecture. Whether she should have been behind the wheel if she was going to be scared, but I don't know what happens with the police, obviously. But she really did look scared. And I actually spoke to an inspector, Gold Command, from the Met, who was there. And I have got a clip of it. I'm not going to bother playing it because there's no point keep poking the police and making them. No, I was going to say enemies, but you know what I mean. But I've got the clip, and he had a bit of an odd attitude. That's all I'll say about it. But anyway, now this is what I saw. The counter protesters was led down the road or escorted down the road, and there's a corner not far from the hotel, and they was escorted around the corner, and then as soon as the crowd saw them, obviously tensions rose. The police formed a line in the road to stop the hotel protesters from heading towards the counter protests, which again didn't seem very well organised because people were just going through a hole in the fence round the back of the line, and I wasn't allowed through the line. They sort of stopped me. I thought, oh well, that's okay. I'll stay here for now. But I said to the police, I said, I don't know why you're standing there, mate. I said, they're all behind you. I said, it was behind me. And the police officer literally went, I don't know. And he didn't know, he genuinely didn't seem to know what was going on. So that's kind of what happened there. So obviously a lot of people went through this hole in the hedge and through a little bit of the forest edge, and sort of bypassed the police. But it just seemed poorly controlled. Anyway, I don't want to go on about that too much. in the end, it was at least three different police forces. There was Essex Police, the Met Police, and then City of London Police. There may have been some from Norfolk and Suffolk. I'm not sure. On the, I think it was the Thursday night. I don't know. I've lost bloody track of time. But yeah. So there's a lot of conjecture anyway. What went on and what happened, and it was genuinely just a little bit disorganised and chaotic. And I'm not trying to defend anyone or offend anyone. Yeah, so I'll leave that. I'll leave that. I'll leave that. Enough said. No, I did get injured, as you know. Um, there you go. Right. So tonight, if you're not aware, there is another. There's another protest at Epping at 6 p.m. Gathering at the Bell at at the Bell Hotel at 6 p.m. And then it's a march to the council offices where they're having a meeting. There has been a Section 35 already put in place if you're going. So what that means is it's from 2 p.m. until I don't know, late. But consider it kind of. I think it's probably 2 p.m. till midnight or something like that. It's a Section 35 anyway, which is a dispersal order. And I believe I'm correct in saying that it's put in place and anyone causing disturbances will be asked to leave. And under the terms of Section 35s, when you're asked to leave, it's it's a dispersal order. So they can tell you to leave. If you don't leave, you'll be arrested. Pretty simple. I don't think the police are going to have too much patience asking you 10 times. So please, if you turn up tonight, we're planning to go on live stream. But if you attend, please be careful. Don't get yourself in handcuffs for something silly or for anything. Now, how I see this now is we have finally got a little bit of momentum on our side. We're getting support from different areas, and the issues are getting highlighted more. Now, what will kill this off is if there's a load of aggravation, violence, and that kind of thing going on, then we'll lose. We'll lose any ground we've gained. We'll be tarred with all the same slurs. We'll be cracked down on hard, and more and more effort will be made to prevent these gatherings at hotels, which is clearly proven a thorn in the side of a lot of people. Councils, police, government officials, whatever, which is all we want to do is be a thorn in the side. Let them know we're happy. Turn up, be loud, shout. Try not to use too much bad language. But, you know, it's a working class thing, which a lot of people don't get. Swearing is kind of, I don't know, in my experience anyway. That's what we do when we're having a bit of banter or a chat in the pub. You know, there's plenty of effing and going on, but it's literally just how we speak. But be careful with it, guys. Don't antagonise the police. Turn up to the protest. Now, I don't know or understand this stand up to racism group. What I don't understand, but my biggest problem is, if you want to stand up to racism, fine. Come over onto our side, because we want to stand up to racism. Well, we're not racist, so you can say we're racist all you want. Whatever. It's just not true. I've been to Epping twice and this, and we went to Britannia Hotel on Tuesday, I believe it was. I haven't heard anything racist. I haven't seen any attitude of racism, so I can only speak from personal experience. If people want to call me racist, fine. My response to them is prove it. Because up until recent times, I've never even thought of people's colour, and that is the truth. My son's best friend is black lad, and we love him to bits. I got other coloured friends of black, brown. I'm just not interested. It's ridiculous that feel that I've now been kind of brainwashed into seeing people's colour, and I never have done. It's ridiculous. But there we go. But my opinion is, if you're a British citizen, you should consider this your home, your country, and whether you're black, white, or brown. If you are genuine, then you should also show concern for what's happening in your country, because it's happening to everybody. It doesn't just affect white working class people. It affects everybody, even if you're not a white English born, blah 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 blah. You're still paying your taxes. You're still footing the bills. You're still, everything's affecting us all. But anyway, oh bloody hell! I see that many things to talk about. I forget what I was going to talk about. This Saturday, 26th, at Norwich. What's the bloody hotel name? Okay, like I said, but this Saturday, check it out on X, guys. I won't. I won't have time to look on here. See, Brook Hotel, Norwich. This Saturday, the 26th. If you can make that, attend that. Bring good spirits. Bring your voice. And one of the best things to do with these stand up to racism groups is ignore them. All they want is the attention. They want the attention. They want to bait you. They want to antagonise you. They want you to threaten or be aggressive, so they can laugh at you when you get arrested. And I think that's the simple truth. And my question to stand up to racism is, why don't you do your own protest? We're all quite happy to stand up to racism. We don't want racism. So we're going to these hotels. It's nothing about race, religion, or colour. Of course, you can twist it that way, because any of the migrant hotels are obviously they're obviously people from other countries. So it's dead easy to say you're racist, they're all foreigners. Well, of course they are. It's the very nature of it. But just because we object to government policies allowing this to happen, it doesn't mean we hate the people um, who are coming here. We just run out of places to vent our anger or annoyance or whatever you want to call it, and people get fed up with it. We're really pissed off at the people who are allowing and facilitating it. And people say, well, why protest at the hotel? It's not the migrants' fault. No, it's not the migrants' fault. But if 100 of us went and stood outside 10 Downing Street and shouted and hollered, do you honestly think anyone would care? Do you honestly think anyone in there would listen? They wouldn't. It makes no difference to them. I dare say they wouldn't even hear it. So, now September the 13th is a United Kingdom freedom of speech rally, which is going to be absolutely massive. Now, they will hear that, and they will stand up and take note of that. But in the meantime, these hotel protests, as long as they're peaceful, it's a thorn in the side, and they have to start to take some notice. Now, they're not going to jump up tomorrow morning and go, oh, okay, the boats, we've stopped the boats. It's all over, guys. Don't worry about it. That's not what's going to happen. We all know that. But yeah. So it's Epping tonight, Norwich on Saturday at the, what did I say? Brook Hotel. Jesus. Okay, look at Siv. Oh dear. Yeah, so that's kind of covered. I've got a habit of running on a bit, so just bear with me, guys. But I'd like to send big love out to all of you who have been supporting us on the live stream. I will say that we're not naturally reporters. We didn't set out to be on the street reporters. It kind of chose us, if you like. So, for want of a better word, we're reluctant reporters. And if you look back at the protests we've been to a couple at Norwich, one at Nottingham, two at Epping, one at Dis, which are all quite local to us. So that's the main reason for that. But I hear a lot of talk of people saying, oh, people coming in from out of the area, that, oh, they're not locals, blah, blah, blah. Well, to me, the whole country's local. We're all in it together. So if you want to travel to a protest, travel to a protest. Yeah, why not? We're not exactly what I would say up the road from Epping. The first day we went purely to report, and felt quite an affinity with the people from Epping. And when I got injured, they was really so lovely people and helpful and concerned. And then the one at Dis, which is more local to us, or closer, should I say. Same thing, lovely bunch of people, small bunch of counter protests, all in the upper ages, should I say. Look like middle class virtue signals. I spoke to one or two, and they really didn't know what their purpose was of being there. In all honesty, they just seemed to just want to be there. I don't know. I couldn't really understand them. But there was no trouble at Dis. Some shouting, the usual stuff, But because what should we call it, the citizens are already a bit fed up, it's easy for us to get baited and react, and we must avoid that at all costs. Um, it is what they want. Um, if possible, we're better to just turn our backs on them and completely ignore them, because they dislike that much more than being sworn at. They don't mind being sworn at and threatened, because they run straight to the police to get you into trouble. But when they get ignored, they really don't like that. Yeah, so that's my only suggestion. Is we must keep a lid um, on our annoyance. As far as far right thugs being at Epping and this, 100% not a diss. There may have been, I don't know, maybe half a dozen. I don't know whether they call them far right thugs or what. I don't honestly. I don't know. Um, if there was, there was. Um, if instigators get into the crowd and you don't know, you don't know, but don't be a sheep and follow the lead of trouble, because if you're not careful, you'll be sitting in a prison cell, and rest assured, it's not funny. It's not enjoyable. Yeah, so blah, blah, blah. I'll leave it at that. What else? There's a lot of, there's so much more. I see a million things that I want to comment on, and then by the time I get a stream up and running, or if I can manage it, I'll forget half of it, because my brain just gets overloaded with sort of what's going on and what's being reported. But I just wanted to do this just for a few reasons. Like I said, I saw the Paul Thorpe's video from 2 or 3 days ago. I think it was titled "I'm very sorry" or whatever, apologising to people who was upset with what he was doing and all the rest of it. Just skip by, Paul. Just leave it, mate. I don't really like these videos where people do videos picking other videos apart. I think it's kind of all a bit lazy, to be honest with you. But people do their own things. I'm not well, I suppose I'm criticising a little bit, but who am I to criticise? I'm nobody. I'm not jealous of people like Paul who've managed to drag themselves out of the gutter, shall we say, or out of whatever, and do well for themselves. They actually give me, oh, it's a bit late now, but they have across my lifetime give me inspiration to try. I haven't been so lucky. Now sit around potless Pete. So I'm still just common old fart. I'd like to give a big shout out to British Landier. He gave us a nice shout out. So follow British Landier, Landeur. Give him a follow. I could give a shout out to 100 different people. Truth Hurts 101. Brilliant job Truth Hurts does. We really like Truth Hurts. There's just so many others. If I'm not gonna, if I start mentioning a few, everyone say, "Oh, you didn't give me a shout." But you know who you all are. And my new mate Ken from Epping, again, a black fella, lived in Epping for donkey's years. We hit it off in about 30 seconds and sat having the crack. Oh, God knows how long. But he's about my age as Ken. So he must be a racist as well, because he was there. And so, yeah. big shout out to Ken. He can't find the bloody YouTube channel. He's useless. So I'm gonna I'm going to have to try and get him on it, but love you, Ken, and his wife. So, what else? What else? What else? I think that's about it, guys. I just want to send love to everybody who watches the stream, even the people who criticise in the chat. God bless you as well. Um, everybody's got the right to free speech. If you're in the live being racist or vile, you'll obviously be removed. Other than that, we do like to leave it pretty much free. Obviously, we're about free speech, but we have to draw the line somewhere for two reasons. Well, for one, really, the messages could get picked up somewhere and used against you. So, guys, think again. I know a lot of people are on anonymous accounts and whatever, but just think of yourself as well. Think of your own safety. And we don't want to be censoring people and doing and shutting people down or whatever, and we understand people's anger and annoyance and frustration. But try and have a bit of discourse. If when we're live, try and have a bit of discourse in the chat, and I don't know. I just really want to see people united, united in a cause. I really do. It's just crazy. Same as all the politics stuff. Now, I'll tell you what my stance is on politics, or political parties, should I say. I voted Reform in the general election. I have felt since the general election that they have dashed my hopes a bit and kind of gone a little bit soft. And I don't want to offend any reformers or whatever. I'm not going to start slagging Reform off, but I think they need to do better. And listening to Nigel over the weekend, some of the comments he made, maybe he is starting to listen a little bit. Maybe I don't know. I can't speak for Nigel, but anyway, I voted Reform in the general election. I did feel let down as things developed. I'm also a member of UKIP, and I am a member of Advance UK. So, yeah, you can say I'm hedging my bets. I need to make my mind up. I'm not promoting any of them. I'm not promoting Reform. I'm not promoting UKIP, and I'm not promoting Advance UK. I'm not saying vote for them, any of them, or against, or whatever. You're big enough to make your own mind up, and you don't need me trying to give you directions. And in my honest opinion, if there's a general election next week, I would vote Reform, because it's either a choice of vote Reform or sit at home on my arse complaining about whoever gets in, and then I've really got no business even commenting if I haven't put my cross in a box. So I'd just have to shut my mouth, wouldn't I? So my advice is, when the time comes, see who's doing what, see what policies they're bringing to the table, evaluate each party on who you think will be successful, whether it be Advance, UKIP, or Reform. Whichever one of those seems that they are going to have the best chance of getting into power, vote for them. I'd love to see Nick Tenconi in Parliament. Love Nick Ten. Fuck's sake. Nick, get yourself a better name. I love Nick Tenconi. He's a fantastic activist. I love Ben Habib, love Rupert Lowe, support Restore Britain think tank. My biggest hope is that the Ben Habib, Rupert Lowe, Nick Tenconi type figures can somehow come together, coalesce, and come together as a force, guys. It just feels to us out here, and this is a message to these parties who are not going to listen or give a shit what I say. Coalesce, for God's sake. Guys, it's not about political parties. It's not about who fanboying up some, any party or whatever. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying it's not about that. You don't have to blindly follow and blindly fanboy up, Rupert Lowe or Ben Habib or Nigel Farage. You just don't have to. Look at what they're offering you, and see where they are in the polls. Check your local candidate if you have one. Now, I couldn't have voted UKIP in the last general election because I never had a candidate. So, even being a UKIP member, I couldn't have voted for him if I wanted. So, there are issues, but look, we've got a little bit of time left in it, but bear in mind it's running out. My suggestion, take it or leave it, is don't be running around social media slagging Reform off, slagging UKIP off, slagging Advance off. This one's better than that one. This and that and the other. Now, I do support Advance UK because I'll tell you why. Ben Habib has started the party with a clean sheet. Now, it might just run out of steam. It may not come to nothing, in which case, there you go. But it is, from what I've read, it's fully democratised. They've got the college of 100 people feeding information, policy suggestions, and so on up. I don't fully understand the hierarchy. Ben Habib is the current leader, but he did want Rupert Lowe to lead the party. Ben Habib can be voted out. His position is not set in stone. He can be voted out by the members. And when you join Advance UK, you are a member, which is a little bit of a niggle with Reform, that you're not actually a member, you're a subscriber. But that's not slagging Reform off. They may change and correct and bring different things in time, who knows. But anyway, that's my opinion, so I'm on the fence. I'm a Reform voter, a UKIP member, Advance UK member. And I'm going to vote what's best for the country. So whoever you are out there in a political party, don't expect one party to have all the answers. And when they have an answer or come up with something you don't like, don't throw that party out the window just because there's one thing they said you don't like, or one thing, you're not going to like everything they do, and you're going to want them to do something more or something different. But let's just unite, guys. Let's just try not to sort of get into all this one's better than yours and my party's better than this, and just let's see how it goes. This is for the country. So that's my political side anyway. Bloody hell. What's the time? It's about not 9:30 a.m. I think. I'm not used to doing streams this early, so my head's a bit useless. But I just just fine. I'm gonna cut it there, guys, because it's like 40 minutes now of me running. I hope you beared with me. Sub to the channel, whatever. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We don't care if people don't like it, and give us a thumbs down. It don't really matter because it still counts towards the algorithm. So, whatever. But the only reason to sub and turn is just get it out on the algorithm. Not so much this. I ain't too bothered. It's just me prattling on. But when we live stream and stuff, just to get the word out, just to get what's going on out to the people. That's all we're interested in. Nothing else. And that's the only reason we're attending these protests of recent. We don't and we will not do such things as pro-Palestine or any of that type of protest. We did one at Nottingham, a UKIP rally. We won't be attending any political party type rallies like that again. We're going to keep out of that side of things. We will concentrate on things such as Epping, such as this, such as Norwich this week. We want to cover those. We're not interested in going to pro-pally beef fests and all of this. We'll leave that to other people to do. And same with the political party side of things. We're going to keep away from. We're going to keep away from them for no real reason other than we'll leave that to other people. And we'll try and concentrate on these more locally driven things, demos, whatever. Like we did Dover for the Great British, not the Great British Protest, I think it was called. But yeah, we headed down to Dover, which is a long way for us, and again, lovely peaceful atmosphere. So good job done by Richard. He's new in the game, so he's a little bit in at the deep end, but I'm sure he'll get there in the end. But it was okay, all peaceful and friendly. So we did that as well. We're quite happy to do them. Right, so big love to you all guys, and a big love to all the people who enjoy the streams, and if you hate the streams, and if you hate me, big love to you too. I don't want to be anyone's enemy, not even the so-called counter protesters. What I will say about the counter protesters, everybody tars them and calls them lefties, which don't get me wrong, yeah, they are left, but I think they're extreme left. I think the genuine kind of centre left, or to the left people, I don't think they're far off of agreeing with most of what we would have to say, but I think the communists and the far left have kind of hijacked the real left, if you want, the more liberal left. I think they've kind of hijacked it. I'm not saying there's no lefties there. I mean, they obviously are. But I don't think they're regular run-of-the-mill left-wing Labour, your original Labour voters. So it's all a bit complicated out there. But I send my love to all of you. And I hope that God keeps you all safe and protect you and helps you in your times of need. And I'm with you all the way, guys. So I'm gonna leave it there anyway, because I'm a bit my brain's a bit addled. So we'll be live streaming tonight from about 5:30, I guess. We'll get there and we'll do the march with the guys down to the council offices in Epping, where there is a council meeting. If you turn up, don't forget there's a section 35 in place. If you now, I don't know how much you've got to play up before you'll get told to leave. But if you're told to leave and you don't, the police will be looking to arrest you. So we need to take care and not give them what they want. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I've probably bored you up completely to death if you got this far. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support on the live streams. It's really much appreciated. And we'll hopefully see you later. So have a lovely day, guys. God bless you all. Thank you very much. And we'll see you later on. Bye, guys.